this week's Behind the Plate podcast. I'm Chloe, and this week I'm joined by a couple new girls, 2 more upperclassmen this week as well. So I'm going to let them go ahead and introduce themselves, name, major, hometown position, and then we'll get into it.
Go.
Okay. I'm Tuesday Melton. I am a junior biomedical sciences major. I have minors in chemistry and Spanish. I am from Benton, Arkansas. Played on the Benton High School team. Went undefeated my senior year. It was pretty great. And I am a pitcher / corner girl, if I get the chance.
Pitcher utility.
Third base, first base.
Hits as well. Throws the heater.
Attempts
She can
to
do
hit.
everything.
Attempts
actually.
to hit, she said. Maggie?
I'm Maggi Huddleston. I am a senior. My major is kinesiology and sports administration, and with the emphasis in sports ministries, recreation, I think. I'm from B Branch. Nobody knows where that's at. It's 30 minutes north of Conway, so I just literally say I'm from Conway or Greenbrier all the time.
Yeah.
What else are we supposed to say?
That's all. She just got a lot
position.
of extra. Oh, yeah.
She's extra.
I read the
I am a pitcher utility. I play first, and I hit, and then I pitch.
Yeah.
But a little bit of everything.
Will you move your mic up to your face just a
I
little bit
will.
more? Just a little
Need to
bit
cover
more.
the blemishes. Just kidding.
Okay.
I'm wrong for this.
Well,
What you mean you're
on that note, I think we're going to get right into it. I hopped around last week, but I think I'm going to go in order this week because sometimes I get lost when I hop around. I ask the same question twice, and then I look stupid. So. Okay.
You never look stupid.
Thank you.
You're such a slut.
Thank you. I appreciate that. My hair's so dirty today. It's not even funny. So, when you told me it looked cute, it made my whole day.
It does look cute. I love the color of your hair. Reminds me of Emma Scales'.
I like the
I
braid.
love
I
it.
can't braid my hair.
It
No,
takes me
you-
forever. My hair's 10 miles long. It's like a workout. It took me 15
Yeah, no.
minutes to put my hair up today.
If I ever try to, I'm like,
No, Tuesday's
30 seconds
hair
in, I'm
is 15
dying.
pounds, I swear.
I'm dying by the end of it. My arms hurt so bad. So the bullpen looks and is a sacred space, I assume,
Oh,
for
yes.
you two. Coach Jackson told me to ask about what goes on in there and all the shenanigans that go on in the bullpen. So please tell me what bullpen life is like.
I don't think you want to know.
What happens in the bullpen stays in the bullpen.
Amen.
Okay, well, give me the
We'll give you-
childlike answer.
We will give you, we'll give you the surface level, just like the little bit. What do you want to bring up? I feel like the bullpen is a really good place where we all like debrief about our days. We have the most random conversations in the bullpen. It could be about anywhere from female issues to class to boy problems to what holiday's next to what we're wearing for Easter Sunday. Like it's so random, but it's always much needed. It's like a therapy session, almost.
Okay.
Definitely.
Free therapy.
Free therapy. It's nice. It definitely is the highlight of my practice in my week a lot of times. There's just always inside jokes going on, and there's always, like, stupid things happening. But we get the job done, obviously. Like, our pitching staff and our catching staff, like, we are doing our job. But we like to have fun.
Bless our catchers, they're in there all the time.
They're over us, for real.
Right.
We definitely have some longer, and we definitely have some shorter ones, and some of those longer ones could probably be shorter.
Yes.
But like she said, it's just really a good time to like debrief. And there's a lot that goes into pitching, and there's like you can overthink so much.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's nice to get in there and like be with someone that just kind of takes away all your stress. Because I know I went through like a little rough patch earlier in this season where I was getting frustrated with my mechanics. And I was just, like, overthinking it too much, and nothing was looking good. And I could just go in there, and the girls would just, like, talk to me about anything. And I'd stop thinking about my mechanics and stop stressing, and I would be more natural. And it was nice because pitching by yourself can get so frustrating, especially if you're not seeing results. So, and they're there to, like, pump you up. We're all each other's hype man.
Oh,
we want
yeah.
the best for each other no matter what. So
For sure.
it's, like you said, it's a sacred space for
It
sure.
is a sacred space.
Sacred. I love it.
We've had a lot of deep talks in there, but also a lot of jokes. So, but it's definitely the best because like we all growing up pitching and like you grow up and you pitch to your dad, and you pitch to your catchers on your travel ball teams or your schools, but, like, nothing is, like, as good as when you're surrounded by a bunch of girls that have gone through the same journey as you and have just put as much work in as you. And I feel like everybody on our staff has a different personality and will complement each other, and it's just really hilarious to see, like, who does what and who clicks with who and, like, what jokes are going to happen today, what's going to happen today in the bullpen to make us better physically, but also just boost our mental health as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
So, obviously, playing softball is all fun and games.
Something like that.
From what I see from the distance when I'm there, until somebody, Maggie, gets hit in the head with a ball. So I was told to ask you about concussion protocol and how it's going. Tell me what that all is like.
I have gone through a lot of injuries in my day, but nothing has been worse than going through a concussion. And what sucks is, like, I didn't think I had a concussion. I was, like, gaslighting myself.
You never think you actually
have
have it.
Yeah, I was gaslighting myself. I was like, I don't have a concussion. I wish that was the problem. But, no, nothing made me feel better than coming in there, and Tuesday was, like, just comforting me and telling me it's okay. Obviously, like, Ashley is the best trainer ever. Yeah, you don't remember that?
No, I just like making fun of you.
Maybe she has the concussion
Normally she does make fun of me. It's a good balance of bullying me and being there for me.
Okay. As long as it's a balance.
Yeah, but Ashley is a great trainer. She definitely helped me recover a lot. I've never been through concussion before, so I didn't realize, like, rest, it means, like, rest. Like, dark room, like, no screen, no homework, no socialization. So it was definitely, like, not Maggie's cup of tea. But I did
She didn't know how not to talk to me. She was
Exactly.
just wanted to talk to me all the time.
Exactly. But me and Ashley definitely got closer. I definitely, the Lord was teaching me a lot in that time period, tested my patience for sure. And I had to find a new role in the team. I had to learn how to keep certain pitching stats and keep up with who pitches when and where and how, and low-key become a pitching coach for a little bit for our team because there was nothing else I could do. And then just be there for them and have a shoulder for them to cry on. But probably pushed myself a little too hard in that department. But
what is the concussion protocol? What are the steps or whatever?
Well, first off, I had to wait a full 24 hours to take, like, I took an initial test, like the balance one, and then you take, like, it's called ROMS or THOM, I don't know, whatever. It's like an eye test the first day. Then 24 hours, you take the computer test. Well, I flunked that thing. I thought I passed it. I told Ash, I was like, well, that was a little hard, but I think I totally aced it. Dr. Clark was like, no, you didn't. He's like, that was one of the worst concussion test results I've ever seen. I was like, no, that's embarrassing.
That's great.
So I was out for, he said 7 to 10 days initially, and if my symptoms, like, didn't get any better, then a little longer. And they didn't get any better because, like I said earlier, I was trying to find the new role on the team, and I pushed myself past my limits, and I made myself a little worse. So I was out for about 2 weeks, and then at the 2-week mark, Ashley was like, let's start back to protocol. So the first day I got to jog for 10 minutes, walk for 10 minutes, kind of see how that all felt. And then the next day I got to pitch and hit. I couldn't field or anything like that. And then the third day I got to weight lift, field, hit, pitch. And if I still felt good, then I got to do full practice that fourth day. And the fourth day I came back, you can ask Tuesday, we had speed and agility that day. And so I was going through the ringer. And then the next day I was able to play. And then ever since then we just keep an eye on me and take medicine and go on about our business, hydrate, eat as properly as I can, sleep. The biggest thing is sleep. Me and Tuesday both don't get enough of that.
Amen.
But anyway, that's basically it. But Ashley, our trainer, she's the GOAT.
Yeah, it's hard going through that. I've never gone through the concussion protocol here, but like any time that you have a symptom, it restarts, and it's just so frustrating because you'll like have a good 2 days and then wake up and just feel a little bit off and go in and all restarts.
Yeah. That
I mean,
sounds
we're
awful.
we're no, we're no stranger to the concussion protocol in the bullpen.
No.
I gave a catcher a concussion my freshman year here in the bullpen.
I gave
So,
one last year, so.
Yeah, a little bit dangerous in there.
Yeah, it looks something every time I walk by.
Balls go everywhere.
Yeah, it's different every single day.
Well, speaking of injuries, what do you think is one of your biggest weaknesses, and what are you doing to steadily improve it?
Miss Labrum. Just kidding.
Oh God. Oh, my shoulders are rough.
You have bad shoulders? I've had 2 shoulder surgeries already by the time I graduated high school, and 4 knee surgeries.
That's crazy, Chloe. What you told me about the shoulder, but I didn't know about the knees.
Yeah.
I feel like you're wrong.
I don't know how you do it.
I was a pitcher, and then bam, old lady joints just.
Girl, for
That's
real.
what we talk
out.
about our knees
Took
all
me
the
out.
Literally,
time.
last night, me and Tuesday talked about our knees for probably 30 minutes.
I've torn both labrums in both shoulders.
That's
What's
insane.
your
I tore my left labrum in high school, and since it's my left one, we didn't really do much for it. I was supposed to PT it. I didn't do it as much as possible, so I still have issues with it. But I'm like telling myself I have one more year of pitching.
I'm
I just
good.
gotta keep my right
just
shoulder
gotta-
attached.
Cutting it out.
Yeah.
But
What did you do when you tore it? Like, what do you think did it?
I was diving. We had a diving drill, and I guess I landed too hard and too wrong, and it just snapped. And at the time, hurt so bad. Didn't know what had happened. Cried for like 30
But
minutes.
You can feel it. Like, it's
yeah,
bad.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Came off the field, told my dad like something's wrong. He's like, "You'll get over it.
You're fine.
You're fine. You'll get over it. You'll be back on the field in 30 minutes."
That's
And
high school.
Ain't
That's
no way.
high school softball for you.
horrible.
No, literally. They're like, you're fine.
But-
It's okay.
Mine is funny. It's kind of sad, but it's funny. Both of them. So the first one, like in my old house, my washer and dryer, like they're side by side usually in all houses. Well, there was a stack of laundry in front of our start button on our dryer, and so I just like wound my arm around it, and then just pop. All of a sudden it goes out, and I'm like, Mom!
Stop.
Mom! I don't know what's wrong!
That's insane.
And so, yeah, I pushed start on a dryer and I tore my labrum. And then my other shoulder, I yanked our heavy walk-in freezer door open at work without, actually, using my whole arm. I just yanked my shoulder out and tore my labrum.
Oh, my gosh. I would probably cry on this spot.
When you, tear your labrum, I don't know if you had to do it, but, they give you a dye contrast MRI. Like, they shoot dye in your
I've
arm
had
and they
to do
have
that
to
for my
numb
hip.
the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
awful. I hated it. I had to go through it multiple times, and I would
Yeah,
wish that
but
on
ain't no way.
nobody. It's awful.
no way.
No, it hurts almost worse than the actual
Yes.
incident.
It's so bad. I'm like, at that point, just keep it torn. I'll just leave it.
Yeah.
It's fine. So, yeah. Working on your shoulders.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not a huge surgery person. I broke my pinky twice. Same pinky. A little crooked. And the first
Flip the
time.
camera off.
It's not.
It's crooked. It doesn't
Chinese.
count.
Chinese lip. Do I look Chinese? Sometimes you do. With your eyeliner.
Anyway, so first time I broke it playing softball, I took a line drive to the hand,
Ugh.
and it just shattered. So I have a plate and 5 screws,
Uh-huh.
tiny screws.
Yeah.
I don't know how they get in there. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we can take it out after it heals," and I was like,
You're like, mm-mm.
no,
I'm fine.
probably should have, because then a couple years later playing basketball, I jammed it, and because there's
Oh,
hardware,
yeah.
it wouldn't jam and broke again.
Yeah.
Had a pin that time. Played the day I got the pin out of my hand.
Ugh.
Tuesday.
Pitched the day I got the pin out of my hand. Was not great.
Yeah, we've had this conversation before.
Insane. And so,
No.
once again, Dad pushing me
Oh,
to
yeah.
be back on that field. He's ready.
Get out there. You're fine.
If I don't see any blood or bones poking out, you're
Right.
fine.
That's right.
But
That's exactly how it went.
went to ECU. I took a pretty hard line drive this past couple weekends ago.
Yeah,
took a
this
hard line drive and it
weekend
hit my
freshman break.
hand. Scared me because I was like, all I could think about was when I broke my pinky. I was like, oh, I swear if I did it again, I can't go through another pinky surgery.
Can't do it. Won't do it.
But anyway,
Wait.
it's my injuries.
Oh gosh.
Maggie?
For
Weakness?
this season, LOL.
Injury?
Okay, I tore my ACL and meniscus my senior year of high school playing basketball, and so ever since then it's just not been basketball. We love basketball, but not for the injury side of it. I did my PT really well, took it very seriously, so I came back a lot earlier than most people do. I came back at 7 months, 6.5 months. And I was fine. Like, I didn't suffer any injuries my freshman year of college or sophomore year of college. Not the... And then last year it started hurting. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It just, like, popped out of place and shifted out of place. And ever since then, it just pops and shifts out of place. So we just have to get steroid shots to keep the pain to a minimum. And our trainers tape me up so my knee won't pop out of place.
That's called a dislocation.
Yeah,
for
whatever.
my knee people out there.
Dislocation.
I could be a doctor at this point, I feel like, honestly. We all could,
Yeah,
probably.
for sure.
This girl on her pinkies, and I've got...
That's rough. Trying to be.
Yeah.
Just let y'all know.
Yeah.
No. My cousin tore both her ACLs and meniscus, not at the same time, but like a year apart, and it was just awful.
I don't know how y'all come back from that. I like have such a respect for people that come back from that, especially people that come back from like multiple.
Yeah. Yeah, for
There's
sure.
no way. I hurt my groin really bad.
Ooh.
Pitching when I was too young. I pitched way too much and hurt it. And I was out for a good 6 months, which was crazy because I was like, normally when people are out that long, it's like a serious thing. And it was serious, but like, it just wasn't something I was used to. And it took me so long to come back, and I was like just getting so frustrated. And I was like, if I ever had actually like tore an ACL or something, I was like, there's no way I would want to do all that work. Would I? Probably, but
but like at what cost?
Right.
Know? Yeah.
I don't know. If I do it one more time,
respect that happens.
She said, "I'm out. That's my cue."
At this point, I don't know if it'd be worth it.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
So.
Well, that was fun talk, but a little depressing. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go on to something a little
Something
happier.
else.
You know, you gotta do all of the feelings. You know. So give me your top 5 priorities currently in your life. Could be school, couldn't be school, could be your sport, couldn't be your sport. Anything is free game.
You got first on this one?
I got first on this
Yeah,
one?
you got it.
I'm lead off, apparently. My first priority is obviously God and my relationship with Him, and then my relationship with my family and my friends then comes next. And then I would have to say school, softball, and then coaching on the side. I give lessons on the side and help coach some travel teams out of an organization in Conway. So
That's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's a blessing. It's definitely hard to balance with being a student athlete, but I'm grateful I get to do it. So those are my top 5. If that's 5, I can't.
It was. I kept count.
That's good.
I don't know if I can keep count.
You're smarter than me, so you better.
You're a STEM major. I hope you can.
No, literally. I'm about to
It's
say
got too much on the plate. Sometimes it all gets
It
jumbled
runs
up.
together.
The plates are mixing.
Yeah.
I got my main plate. I got my dessert plate. I got the side plate. But my priorities this year, new thing was definitely my relationship with Jesus. Just got baptized yesterday, so hallelujah! Praise God!
That's one of our next questions. I'll touch on that in a minute.
But so that's definitely one of my top priorities. I'm studying for the MCAT because I want to go to med school. Talking about being doctors and all that, and
She's that girl.
so hard.
She is a girl.
And so
Better her than me.
No, for real.
trying to study for that and study for school stuff. I'm like, why are these two at the same time?
Why? For and what?
But and so that kind of goes with school. I'm like trying to focus on getting in the MCAT studying, but at the same time still like making sure I get my homework and my other schoolwork done because that's still important. Then next is probably my sport. I did kind of take a little detour this year. I picked up a second job, and it wasn't the best idea. Got a little too caught up in a busy life, and it was taking away from some of my priorities. But I'm working that out, and I'm rearranging my priorities for the rest of the semester. And then I am engaged. So
Show that ring off.
Yeah, show the rock.
Put it up.
But wedding planning is a little slow because I want to get all my other life priorities straightened out first, obviously.
Yeah, you can't do a wedding when you're broke.
Exactly. So, and I got to make sure, the rest of my life plans out so he stays with me.
Yeah.
I don't want to stay with someone who doesn't have a job. But my family's pretty important to me. going through a little bit. We lost my dog on Monday, so
Aww.
trying to like come together to try to stay with them. They're having a really hard time. Yeah, I'm away from home, and it still hit me hard. But them being around each other, all trying to grieve at the same time, they're a little bit on the struggle bus. So I'm trying to reach out and stay in touch with them. I've gone home a lot this week, so those are my priorities. Trying to keep everything on one basket.
It's a
instead of having
lot.
all
You were
plates.
right. Y'all are busy people.
Yeah,
Goodness.
I
It's a
told
little
you.
bit much.
Yeah.
Would it have been better to go ahead and get this over with, or do you think it would have been better if you guys went last, like later in the semester? Which do you?
I think it's good you got us now.
Right. Yeah, and
Because
find
I don't
time
have
right
any
now.
time.
Me and
Later.
Tuesday, my
Later in the semester gets tough.
Oh, yeah.
I will not. You can ask my roommate. We have a big 70-inch TV, and at the end of the semester during final season, I have that sucker on playing videos, and I got a big old whiteboard on the ground. and
I
I'm
have
just-
a whiteboard. I love a good whiteboard
It's great.
study
It's
session.
great.
I love it.
So,
It's my
yeah.
favorite type of study session.
I'll be camped out there. You can
Yep.
come on me. Bring your whiteboard too. We'll
Yes.
get that big a TV going.
Have you? The Calm Lounge right out here has like 2 whiteboards side by side, and I fill that sucker up during final. I just like nap in there. Like people are like, "Is
I
she
love
still
that.
in there?" Yes,
I love
I have a
that.
pillow and a blanket in there too.
I love that.
Love a good nap.
I have a little bit of ADHD, so my study sessions are by myself.
Yeah, I tend to study at my apartment, which people are like, you need to study in the environment you're going to take the test in.
No.
That does not
But
work for me.
yeah,
No.
it's just, I've
Uh-uh.
never really, I mean, maybe I should try it out, but, you know.
I don't think that life is
No.
for me.
No.
Study in the dorm.
Yeah,
I feel like I get
Closed
too
door by
distracted.
myself.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, speaking of things that we do every day and being busy, since you are 2 of the busiest people, I wanted to see what your day-to-day looked like, because I am a pretty busy person myself. I put myself through school, and so at the beginning, my freshman and sophomore year, I had 4 jobs. I'm now down
Chloe.
to... I know, girl. I know. Believe me, I
I
know.
thought me and Tuesday were busy.
Now I'm down to 2, though, and 1 is on campus, thank God. Thank
There
you,
we
Chris
go.
Babb, for
Right.
that.
Love Bab.
You're a real one for that, Bab. We do love
I
you.
won't ever say that to his face, but we love Bab.
Well, he watches this, so
Oh.
you just did. So, give me your 2 day in the lives, 1 in season and 1 out of season.
Am I doing in season?
Sure.
Whatever you want, Pookie.
In season,
I
it's
call myself
so busy.
Oh.
The spring semester is so hard for me. I've taken 18 hours every semester for some reason.
Girl.
I don't know
That is like-
why that lines up that way.
If you go
because-
over that, it's tuition overload. So you're at the peak amount of hours.
Oh, I know. I took 19 my freshman year, and
Tuesday.
it was not okay.
Tuesday's built different.
But I was gonna graduate early. That was the plan. And then I was like,
No.
okay, I'm gonna play my last year of softball, so I'm not gonna graduate early. And I'm still taking 18 hours. I was like, how does this
know,
work? Because I
was
should
gonna
like space
also
it out.
graduate early, so like I'm a senior right now, and then I was like, no, thank you. You guys can keep that. I'll stay here my last year. So I'm right there with you.
I don't understand how that worked out, but I'm in 18 hours. But it's actually nice because my classes this spring semester actually later in the day. Like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I have an 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Which is great in theory until I picked up my second job and I started working
Yeah,
at
yeah.
5 a.m. in the morning till class time. But like I said, I'm working that out right now, so I'm actually going to finally have some free time to start studying more. But, I mean, I'm pretty much go from the beginning of the day till the end of the day. So my life, I would get up at 4 a.m., go to work until class, go to class, go eat lunch. I started eating lunch a lot at the stew, lunch Chick-fil-A, a lot of tacos for life, which is great because I'm body doesn't really handle tacos that well. But that's okay.
That's okay.
Oh my
Go to
goodness.
class. With my classes being later in the day, so my classes do run a little bit later as well. So sometimes I'm like rushing to get to practice. Some days I don't even make it to practice. Like Wednesdays, I have a long lab until 5.
Yeah, she
Don't normally
make
make
it
the
on
practice.
Wednesdays.
I get to make it to weights that evening, but
Yeah.
it's tough, especially being like in the sciences because you have to take those labs, and they're hard to get into. Like I try to get into the earlier ones, but all my non-sport friends are like, no, we want to take that one. Like,
Well, yeah, we don't get
okay.
any benefits as athletes
No.
here. If
Yeah.
anybody's curious.
But I mean, I gotta do what I gotta do, and I love my coaches
we
because they
don't.
understand. But Anyway, so that's like pretty much early in the week. And then on, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, some days, depending on the rain, it's going to be our game days. And on away games, you get those bus rides. And those are great times to study if you're that person.
No.
I tend to sleep. That's when I catch up on sleep.
Can I tell a story about you on the bus?
Oh, gosh.
Yes, please.
Okay, we were on the way to Oklahoma City. No, wait. We're on the way to SWASU. That's where no. SWASU. And I'm not even kidding y'all. It's a 6.5-hour bus ride.
Yeah.
And Tuesday slept the whole time. We literally pulled out of the parking lot. Girl was getting her pillow laying down, curled up. Because
didn't even get off at the gas station.
No,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Tuesday always sits across from me on the bus, she's conked out. I'm trying to have a conversation with this girl. She's gone. She's passed away.
Doesn't matter what time it is. We can leave at 7 a.m. We can leave at noon.
It didn't
we can
matter.
Leave at 6 p.m.
I'm not even
works,
kidding.
girl.
Didn't get off the gas station. Barely woke her up to eat.
Go eat.
We stopped at a burger place to eat. Literally barely woke her up to eat. I'm not kidding. 25 minutes total of the whole thing was awake. But I mean, as you can see, with our schedules, I would sleep on we sleep on the bus.
Too.
That's when I catch up on my sleep.
Yeah, I
No,
sleep on the bus
literally.
too, girl.
It's just so funny because everything's just happening around her, and our bus is not quiet. It's just never
Oh my
quiet. Our
gosh.
team is just not quiet.
We have
So
teammates.
Tuesday's just curled up in her own world, and everybody's just rambunctious around her. So.
Hey, at least you could sleep through anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a
yeah,
talent.
that's how I am.
That's a talent for
My
sure.
family hates going
Blessing
on
and a
road
curse.
trips with me just for that reason. They're like, it could be tornadoing outside, and we just leave you there. I'm like,
Tuesday
just
has
let me
no
sleep.
idea. Literally has no idea what's happening.
It's going to be a nuclear bomb. I'll be like, oh, well.
Oh well.
No, literally, that's how it is. That's how she is. Well,
Yeah.
we literally sharp break several times because we're going through
Oh my
Oklahoma City, and she's just literally sleeping still.
I
She
have
could
woken up
slam
a few
into the
times
seat
to
right
that.
in
I
front of
have. Oh, we had a bus driver hit the brakes a little hard for a red light, and I hit the seat. I look up just enough time to say, Warren, his name. I was like,
We love Warren. No, we literally
And he
love
goes,
Warren.
I'm sorry. And it's like, it's fine. And I get back
It's
and I
fine,
go back
and
to
she
sleep.
goes, go back to sleep.
We love Warren.
Just enough to
though.
be like, hey, you woke me up. Drive a little bit softer next
Yeah,
time.
a little bit, please. I'd appreciate it.
But
He normally doesn't do that. It's the other one that we have. Warren's a good
Bless
bus
his heart.
driver. Yeah, bless his heart.
But yeah, and then since I'm not one to study on the bus, when we get to the hotels that evening, I tend to not leave my hotel room. Once I get in the hotel room, once I get in bed, I'm in bed and I'll do my homework there.
Mhm.
I'm normally the first one in our rooms asleep. We get we have to send text to let coaches know that we're all there. Never see that text.
No.
Sleep long before then. But then we go and play our games.
Yes.
Get to get those W's.
Bye.
And then we come home, and that's my favorite part. I know my freshman year, after we came home, I would go home a lot.
Mhm.
I went home a lot my freshman year, but I have an apartment now, and it's kind of nice to have my own place.
Yes. Amen.
And I have a pet, so I get to see him, and I love him. So, and then we go to work the next day. Most people, that's their off day, and they get to catch up on any homework that they don't
No.
do.
No, we have to
No.
work.
Sundays I
But,
work.
Yeah,
Yep.
We work.
but Sundays are pretty nice because, we don't get a ton of off days. So having that. And having a full day is nice. Having an off day in
Yeah.
the middle of the week is great, but you still have to go to classes, so it's not a
Yeah.
full break. So that's why I like the Sundays.
Yeah.
Having Sundays off is great.
Yeah.
Maggie, off season.
day in the life. My off-season day in the life kind of looks differently per month. In June and July, it's pretty much the same. So, alongside of my lessons in coaching, and help coaching some travel teams in that organization at Conway and Greenbrier, is I also help my parents with a fireworks stand. And then I also, I know it's actually kind of fun. And then we also, I help with
Fireworks
FC.
stand?
It's not ours, we work, that's our family friends.
Well, I know
You
who
need to
I'm
come
coming to
turn
see
up.
this
I'm
week.
making a
This
trip
summer.
to
I know
Greenbrier
who I'm coming
July.
to see.
Yeah.
Jonathan would lose his mind. He
Y'all
loves
should
fireworks.
come.
That's like an hour away from me.
Do it, come on.
I'm going.
I'd be like, Maggie, I'm coming. I'm texting you.
Do it. But, then I volunteer with FCA. Hopefully, I'm prayerfully considering going on staff with FCA after this next year. But I might kind of get my feet more wet this summer with more camps and more little bitty things around the state, because I already help a lot with the state camp, and then help with FCA here. Mm-hmm. And then I've been helping Miss Christy Wallace. She's an area representative for North Central Arkansas, helping her a little bit, just kind of seeing what fits me best, where the Lord wants to lead me. So that's what I have on my plate. I don't sleep in during the summer. Most people get to sleep in during the summer. Me and my sister Marley, we really don't. We get up, she gets up earlier than me. But I typically try to get up around 7, and like we typically try to work out together, like practice-wise, at night. But both of us work out and train and run speed training with our coach in Conway. It's just out of the same organization that I give lessons at. So I'll go there and I'll give lessons for like 6 hours, and then I'll train with her, and then me and my sister Marley will hit and pitch and field all that either there, or we'll come home and do it at our high school field. And then usually at night, if we have time, then we'll go do something fun, like go to the lake or go to our neighbor's pool or go hang out with friends. We have a lot of friends down here too, so, and I also give lessons down here at 3D, so we make trips down here and see our friends down here too.
It'd be nice to have a sister help you work out.
It is actually very nice. She did hit me over break though, because Tuesday played travel with her too and played against her. Justine, she plays at Henderson, and we all three live obviously me and Marley live together, but Justine lives like 15 minutes from us. So like I'll pitch to her and Justine, and over break, Marley hit me in the leg with a line drive because I hung a curveball. So it's nice to also practice with them. It's very challenging though.
John would probably appreciate me having someone to practice with.
Yeah.
he tries so hard, bless his heart, but he'll I'll want balls for third base, and he'll hit it to second base. So I'll don't change anything. I'm gonna go stand over there and just keep hitting it like you are. And then he rotates the course and hits it to first base.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'm dead. So yeah, it's pretty nice. And then my dad still catches me too, and comes and tries to help me in Marley Field. Sometimes he tries to give us hitting advice, but we have our hitting coach at our at Apex, so I give lessons at. She gives us hitting lessons, so it's Dad.
My dad trying to do that. He won't even catch me anymore.
Well, my dad's more so a target, low-key. He dresses up and he
I think that's how my dad would be if he tried.
Yeah. It's
with his bright red shin guards, by the way. Bright red shin guards.
My dad got blue, royal blue from high school.
Oh, yeah. Lovely.
It's nice to have my dad there, though. I do like to have him with me pitching, not hitting. It's a little more frustrating. But anyways, yeah, that's what off-season looks like. Oh, and occasionally we go to the beach every
Which we were supposed to go last year. What happened?
We're going this year.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, okay. She said, thank God.
Are you coming to Spain with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Me and Tuesday are actually not working this summer. We're just traveling the world.
Amen. I'm so excited. I get to study abroad this summer in Spain. So I get to stay there. I actually just ordered a bunch of clothes. I'm so excited. I'm stalking their tracking line because
my God.
With any package I have every day, I'm clicking copy and paste on that tracking number.
I feel so bad for the bookstore. That they're so tired of all these girls' packages.
Oh, for sure.
They're probably giant boxes too.
Yeah, no, I ordered a lot, it's in 3 packages.
I'm dead.
But I'm so ready for it to come in. Yeah,
I love it. I'll need a haul.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
come on here and give a haul.
Stage. Yes.
Please give a haul.
I need a haul.
Literally sing clips in.
It's the whole next video.
Yeah.
So this is the dress I bought. This is what I'm going to work out on the beach in Spain. Actually, probably not going to.
It's subpart A to this video.
Don't say
That's
that.
what it's going to be.
And catch the link next week.
Yeah.
Catch the link.
Well, both of your pictures, as we've pointed out at least 50 million times in this episode. So I assume you spend a lot of time together.
Yes.
Inside and out of practice. So how do you guys help each other in the ballpen in practice or game? Whether it's different pitches, mechanics, a lot of people are hitting off you and you just don't feel like you're hitting your marks. etc.?
I feel like for me personally, like Tuesday's like always the person that I like look at when I'm pissed off or like upset or like any positive emotion too, I look at her. But like most of the time, like negative emotion, like she's the one that her and Cody are the ones that had to flip my switch in scales.
Yeah, she looked at me yesterday and she's just mad. I said, "What's wrong with you?"
Just like I'm like venting to her. She's literally on third base and we're scrimmaging. And
Yeah,
I know.
No, had to call timeout in the middle of our scrimmage.
I really
and go up to the
did.
mound,
I
like,
had to.
What is going on?
I had to vent to Tuesday.
Fix your face.
Yeah, fix it, Maggie. Get it together. But definitely like just my therapist, my unpaid therapist. I'm sorry that I don't pay you. I'll pay you soon. Okay.
And a beach trip.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
I'll take it.
Yeah. But definitely in the bullpen, like if something's wrong or I just don't feel right in my mechanics, like I definitely have her look at me or I'll have Cody film me and like them just give me some feedback of what they see. And normally like they don't necessarily like they'll correct me if I have no idea what's happening, but at this point in our lives, me and Tuesday like both know how to fix our mechanics. We just sometimes we don't know what we're doing mechanically wrong, so we're both like, hey, like your weight is doing this, like maybe you need to, have your weight shift here more so, or your ball is not curving this way, like put your finger pressure on this part of the seam more so, like it's just a little coaching here and there, but most of the time, like if we just point out something, then we know how to fix it. It's not like, Tuesday, you look like crap. Like you literally are not doing the no.
Yeah, I mean, like she said, at this point in our life, we know like the little, like most of the little things, and I mean we got here for a reason, but there's good girls here, and so we just need each other to like tweak things just a little bit more, just to push us over that edge and make sure that we're being the best we can be for our team. And sometimes that's hard because we can look at a pitch and be like, I think that's good. I think I hit my spot. And she can be sitting there like, no, it just needs a little bit more just to push it over that edge to get the strikeout rather than like a pop-up. Although we're not really looking for strikeouts all the time, but they are nice.
They are nice.
They are nice. They are nice.
Especially that backwards K one. That one's good.
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous. But it's just like those little things to make us just even better. Because like she said, I mean, we've been doing this for years. I can tell you what I should look like, but I can't see myself. And so she's my eyes when I need eyes. And it's just really nice.
Yeah.
But in terms of spending time together, if you would have asked me my freshman year, I don't know how I feel about her, actually. So looking now.
No, sophomore year.
Oh, because you came your sophomore year. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
I'm
See,
actually a transfer.
I don't even know her. But she has definitely become one of my closest friends on this team, and that is probably in all the time we spent together in the bullpen. And I'm really grateful for it because I would not have expected that coming in sophomore year. But
no, for sure. I'm very grateful that the Lord has given me Tuesday because I just like tell my mom all the time, like growing up, I didn't really have anybody that pushed me pitching-wise very much. And if they were older than me, and I didn't have much relationship with them because they were like 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
So me and her have a mutual friend that I came from CBC. She was a pitcher too, but we love Hannah work. But she's just in her own world half the time. So it's like when I came here, us having that in common and like us just kind of building off of that and getting to go pick squishmallows out every once in a while.
Oh, lovely. Lovely.
Watching Tuesday play video games because I have no idea what's happening. And watching movies and just like bonding over bullpens and just having conversations, going to FCA together. I'm very thankful that the Lord has given me somebody that's just like me and is growing up like me and knows what pitching is about. Because it's really a nice relief to vent to somebody that knows exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
And having someone that really wants the best for you, whether that be pitching or be school or just life in general, it's very nice to have that.
Yeah. It's also nice to have somebody that you can constantly joke around with. Like, life is just too serious. Like, all the time. It's just way too serious. And me and Tuesday are constantly joking around. I think, like, the Lord has used our humor to, like, get to these underclassmen, too. Like, Scales, one of our freshman catcher, like, she's in on the jokes now, and so is Cody, one of our sophomore pitchers. Like, it's just really funny to see.
Would love getting Cody. That would have been great.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been great, the trio. But I like all of our relationships getting really close, and it's so funny because you can see it in scrimmages, like we said yesterday. Like, I was busy to Tuesday, but like, I'll be in the middle of my at bat against Tuesday, and if she pitches me a really good curveball, I'll be like, dang, like, that was really good. Like, why did you have to throw that? But
and then she'll promptly hit a home run off the next pitch.
Yeah,
Don't let her fool you. Don't let her fool you.
Yeah, Scry's ball. But it's okay.
It's not like you don't know what I'm going to throw you.
Exactly. We've hit off each other so many times, watched each other pitch so many times. Yeah, but like she said, like, wanting the best for each other on and off the field, it's great to have that because I know, like, Tuesday's going to be in my wedding, and hopefully I'm going to be in hers. I'm not engaged, but hopefully one day.
Okay, write that down.
Write that down.
Write that down.
She wants to be a bridesmaid? Okay.
Well, speaking of the married life, we hear you're on the road to that. So tell me what that's like.
Well, it's been very slow. I met Jonathan my junior year of high school, so we've been together for a long time. And, I mean, I pretty much knew that I could stay with him for the rest of my life. And we both knew that pretty early on. And so he's a little bit older than me. He's
my age.
23?
No, he's 23?
Yeah, he's 23.
Shut up, Jonathan String.
He's a little more ahead in life. He has a job. He's an electrician, and he's trying to get his journeyman's whatever. I don't really understand electrician lingo.
Stuff, yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, we knew we were gonna marry each other, so I was kind of like, we don't need to rush a wedding. But he was like, well, I still want to get engaged. I was like,
you're like,
as long as you understand that the wedding is gonna be a little bit later, and he was. So we ended up getting engaged last year.
Last Christmas break.
Fall break, actually, even sooner than that. But it was pretty fun.
You're out of the wedding for that.
No, literally. You don't know the date?
My bad. That's on me.
He did a really great job. He picked out the ring I wanted. He took me to this aquarium. I love jellyfish. My favorite animals are jellyfish and stingrays.
Yeah, the pictures are so cute.
And took me to this aquarium and made sure that I had, never wanted a public proposal. And so he waited till everyone was out of the room. And it was super sweet. But I was still like, the wedding's still.
Yeah, it's a ways away.
I'm not trying to plan a wedding while doing softball, working, and studying for the MCAT. And he was, like I said, he's completely fine with it because the plan is we're going to get married anyway. So we're kind of taking that slow. And when I have time, I look into wedding stuff. I don't even know how to plan a wedding, to be honest.
All three of my older sisters
we're gonna figure it
have
out.
Gotten married. Couldn't tell you a single thing about planning a wedding.
There's just so much that goes into it. So I'm just really waiting to have that break. I mean, I found a venue that I like, and I'm still looking at colors, but it's definitely no rush because I mean, he's going to be the person I'm with for a long time. Yeah. Hopefully the rest of my life if everything goes according to plan. I mean, of course, she's still trying to steal my hand in marriage. There's no promise that we aren't going to elope.
The joke's on the team that I'm the
that's her rock.
Yeah, that's the rock that I got Tuesday, actually.
But it's pretty great. He's super supportive. He comes to all our home games, and he comes to the midweek games when he can. Like I said, he works, so sometimes it's hard. But he always has, it going on at work, and he'll text me after the game and give me updates. It's really funny because he wasn't, a super athletic kid. He was a band kid.
Yeah, we love band kids.
So watching him learn how softball actually works has been so funny and just frustrating at times because he'll try to explain things. I'm just like, you don't completely understand yet. So you're getting there, but but there's still, like I said, he catches me, which I think is insane because he was not
that's insane.
A sports kid.
No, you don't catch hardly anybody catching Tuesday.
But he'll try to tell me things about my pitching, and I'm like,
you're like, okay.
Sure, honey.
Okay.
Sure, I'll keep that in mind.
Put that on the back burner.
but he's so supportive, and I couldn't ask for a better person to work through my college life with me. So
it's funny because he Tuesday will order breakfast, and so Jonathan will go get it, whether it's from Wendy's, Taco Bell, anything random. And she's always gonna have a beverage, a slushy beverage, that's
slushies are my thing.
She needs one. So before the game, he brings whatever, if it's a chicken biscuit or whatever the random crap it is, and then the drink and hands it to her in the bullpen while we're warming up. Literally has to
Secrets.
No, it's okay. Coach Jackson
That's another
knows.
shenanigan.
That's another.
No, I tell him, so just leave it by the stairs. I'll pick it up on the way by.
But
Yeah.
indeed, she does
Yeah.
eat it while she is warming up, but it's funny.
It's
Gotta get
fine.
the fuel. Gotta get the
You gotta
fuel.
do what you
I
can.
mean,
Listen.
I'm drinking the half the slushy anyway, so
I wonder where it goes. Because I know he
You're
doesn't
like, I don't
it.
drink it that fast.
me. It's to me.
But yeah, so one thing about me is if it's frozen, I'm drinking it.
I love
Yeah,
a
It doesn't matter.
yes.
McDonald's, Taco Bell,
Mhm.
gas station. Getting
Same.
the slushy.
She's getting
Same
it.
girl. Well, Maggie, we know that you're from you came in your sophomore year, and you're a JUCO product. So tell me, like, I want you to like give me a definition of JUCO, sports in your best entirety, and then tell me what it's like coming from that atmosphere to this atmosphere.
I'm a firm believer in going JUCO before you go to a 4-year. If I would have heard myself say that like 5 years ago, I'd have laughed in your face. Because everybody is always constantly like, I love to get on this soapbox, so let me have it for a second.
Okay,
Because,
you can have it.
Because everybody always wants to be like, let's go D2, let's go D1. Like, I'm trying to go to a 4-year right off the bat out of high school, and I'm not a supporter of that, especially like from the small school that I went to. I believe that I could have gone, like I was recruited by Harding and Tech in high school, and I just didn't feel like the Lord was leading me to those schools, and I had kind of some interest into going to other 4 years, but I just didn't end up going that way, and it's, for one, it's cheaper, and for two, I get to, it's more of a hands-on experience, which I'm thankful, like, Ouachita is a small school as well, but JUCO's a really small school, so it's like all my professors knew me, knew that I was a student athlete, and went out of their way to make sure that my schedule fit me best, and a lot of our school was online, so it made it a lot easier to keep up with school at the JUCO level, and the JUCO level is, there's no rules, which is a great thing and is also a terrible thing
Right.
all in itself. You're constantly practicing. You're constantly in the weight room, running. We did a lot of conditioning. Like, you think we do conditioning here?
Oh, you're skinny.
I know, I'm a skinny queen. That's all I've done is run the past 4 years of my life. But my JUCO, I only stayed 1 year for obvious reasons. I didn't agree with how our coaches ran our JUCO, but my sister went to Rich Mountain, and she had a phenomenal career at the JUCO level, and she made all region because she had 15 or 16 home runs, and she had one of the best fielding percentages, and she really got to improve her skills at Rich Mountain. Like, she had full access to their weight room and their facilities at all times, so she was constantly in there hitting off the pitch machine, hitting off front toss, running, lifting weights, and she didn't have any rules, and she had assistant coaches to help her get there and teammates, and that's what JUCO is all about. It's a personalized experience for you to get as many reps as possible, and as many hours of practice and conditioning and working out as possible to make you the best player ever. And also, there's no rules for games, so we would play. It's funny because I get a COVID year out of it, but we still played like a full year.
Can't understand. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah.
Like, we
Confused.
played, I think, 36 games the fall of my freshman year, and I pitched in probably 3/4, if not 85% of those games. So I really learned how to have endurance and pitch to different hitters, especially coming off my ACL and meniscus surgery. I really learned how to have some adversity, and I had to learn how to call my own pitches in the middle of a game, and learn how to deal with different people coming in, because it was a public JUCO, so it's like wasn't private, and like there's a big variety of people on that team. I learned a lot in that year, and then in the spring we played close to 66 games, and so I had a lot of time to play, and I had a lot of time to practice, and so did my sister, and so we're both we're big believers in the JUCO. And then I actually transferred to CBC my sophomore year, and I played with our assistant coach, Toby Kuntz, and then I came here my junior year. So I'm a product of JUCO, NAIA, and D2. And the difference between each of those levels is, like I said, all JUCO stuff, and more people are willing to take a JUCO player into a D2 program than they are just a freshman out of high school.
D1. Some of the best JUCO players.
Yeah. I have several
Some
friends.
of the best players I know are JUCO players. That's what I was trying to say. I said that wrong. But, like, we just played against a girl that blew me away and looked her up, and she came from a JUCO, too. And I was just like, oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Yeah.
Like, some people missed, like, and you say that because you say, like, oh, like, some colleges missed out on recruiting her. But, like, I mean, she gets to go there after she gets, you know, her school and out of the way, and, like, it's cheaper. And I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Like,
did you at CBC? Did you play with Ashlyn? Oh gosh, I don't know her new last name. She got married.
She was there the year before me, if I'm thinking of the same Ashlyn. But yeah.
A pitcher.
Yeah.
Yep. She came from Cabot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think NAI ball's good too, but they have a few more rules. So we didn't play as many games. Definitely not in the fall. Their rules are very similar to us. Like we only had 3 days to play. We could play as many games as we wanted to in those days, but spring season was a big season. We played like 70 games, 60-something games, 70 games. But definitely my favorite experience has obviously been here because it's still close-knit. I kind of still feel like I'm at a JUCO, but also it's like not, if that makes sense. Like I'm still... I appreciate the level we play at. Playing NAI ball, I felt like I almost wasn't playing college ball. And JUCO ball, I felt like I was playing college ball, but not at the same time. It felt more like travel ball, which I enjoyed. Like, I love travel ball. But I didn't ever feel like I was playing college ball until I got here. Just because, like, the audiences are bigger. You play bigger schools. You travel more. You travel farther distances. And I feel like the coaching staff, like, obviously our practices are definitely a lot more detailed here than they were at JUCO and NAI, and, like, definitely everything's just more detailed. School's a lot harder, too. Tuesday can attest to that, and I can attest to that. But, yeah, D2 is definitely, it's a lot harder. It's a big jump. But with the right practices and all the detail we put into things on and off the field, it produces success because at JUCO, they, as long as you're passing, they don't really care, you know?
Yeah.
And then kind of same thing for NAI. And I prefer going to a private school over a public school. Obviously, that's why I chose Ouachita. And I'm thankful I went to CBC, too, because they're a good private school, too. But because public schools, they're great, but they're not that great. Definitely, it's just nice to openly talk about, which I openly talked about my faith in JUCO ball, but, like, the people that you surround yourself, it's like a constant community and fellowship here at Ouachita, and we definitely didn't have that in JUCO ball. We never know what each player was going to say every single day. So, anyways.
Well, speaking of Jesus, we're going to end on a happy note with a little bit of Jesus for Tuesday. Happy Baptism Week. It's been a whole almost 24 hours. How you feel?
Yeah.
Yes!
It's so awkward. I saw my parents yesterday. Everyone was like, I'm so proud of you. And I was like,
You're like, okay, me too. So tell me about how you came to your decision to follow Jesus and what it was like being baptized in the middle of season with all of your teammates.
well, it was a long and a short road at the same time. It's kind of hard to explain that. But, I mean, I didn't grow up super strong in church, and, like, I didn't have, like, a super strong religious base. And it was actually funny because after, like, I posted about it yesterday, and I had some of, like, the girls from my freshman year slide them to tell me congratulations and all that. And it was just funny because I was thinking about some of our conversations we had my freshman year with them about, like, how I didn't really have that strong belief or really have a following with him. And to, like, now being baptized, I think it's great. And like he said yesterday, it was just baby steps. One of the big parts is coming here to Ouachita and, like, having that environment and having the opportunities to explore what faith I did have. But it really did start small. It started with, like, my classes. I was never, like, closed off to the idea of opening a relationship with Christ. But I wanted to do it, like, my way. I didn't want to feel like I was forced to do it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I drew away from church in the first place. The church I went to, I felt very, like, forced into, like, there's certain things you have to do, and that just wasn't what I needed at the time. And so coming here, it was, like I said, it was slow. I was allowed to go at my own pace. I went into the classes, and I studied about the Bible. I studied these passages, and I kind of, like, got to see what they meant to me and what they meant to other people. And it just kind of piqued my curiosity, and I was able to start exploring more. And then this past year, I decided I wanted to open up myself to, like, my community to start exploring even more rather than just, like, academic-wise. And so I started going to the Bible studies that our team put on. And at first I just kind of went because I wanted to be supportive. And I was like, I know this is a big part of our team, and so I want to be there, and I want to be this person that understands, like, the struggles and the highs and the lows. And the first Bible study I went to after everybody left, actually, like, just broke down, and I cried to Maggie, and I cried to Coach Kuntz about just everything that I was feeling in terms of my faith. And it just kind of opened the floodgates from there, and I just really started diving deeper and exploring myself and Jesus, and it just was weighing heavy on me a lot. And I decided that baptism was something I wanted to do, but at the same time, like I said, I didn't want to rush anything. That was, like, one of my biggest things. I just wanted to take everything slow.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do it wrong, even though I don't feel like there's a right or a wrong way. It just depends on the person. But I just wanted it to feel right to me. And so initially when I first started thinking about it, I actually kind of took a step back because I was like, okay, I think I'm rushing this. Like, this is not time. And I just kind of let it sit there in the back of my mind as I was still exploring and starting to engage more in my faith. And there was just a point last week where I just had, like, another one of those moments. I was actually sitting in chapel at this point, bawling my eyes out, kind of embarrassing. I'm up on the balcony. We're, like, just singing songs, and all of a sudden I just break down.
It's the Holy Spirit.
I'm telling you, it was something.
It's the Holy Spirit.
Something up in the
Holy
balcony,
Ghost.
that's for sure.
I'm, like, very conscious of this girl sitting next to me, and I'm like, she's going to think I'm the weirdest person ever.
No, I know.
And so I go to the bathroom, and I just, like, wash my face off, and I go back and I sit down, and I text the group chat, actually, and I'm like, hey, what churches do you guys go to here in Arkadelphia? Because, like, since I did work on Sundays, I still haven't really gone into the church thing. And so they all send their replies. I get 3. I get Second Baptist, I think it was, like, First Baptist, and Park Hill.
Park Hill, yeah.
And that was a big one. And so I look up their staff registry and look at the pictures of, like, their pastors. And I find the nicest looking one. I'm like, okay, if I call this guy, he looks like he'd be nice to me. So it was actually Pastor Louis Hurt from Second Baptist. And I call the office. As soon as I get out of chapel, I go and sit in my car for, like, a solid 6 minutes. Call the church. Receptionist picks up. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I need to talk about baptism. And she's like, oh, okay, well, Pastor Hurt's right here. She's like, let me go get him. So I sit there on hold for, like, 2 minutes. I'm like, oh, my gosh, am I doing the right thing? I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm, like, stressing out.
The most courageous person you'll ever meet.
And he picks up, and we have, like, a 10-minute conversation, and he decides, like, hey, let's talk in person. He's like, I don't even know who I'm talking to. And it's like, oh, gosh.
Just
okay.
a scared person on the phone.
Yeah, no. And I was still emotional at that point, so I'm, like, crying on the phone, which I, like, also thought was super weird. Like, this guy has no idea who I am. He's probably thinking, oh, my gosh, what does this person want from me? And so we schedule up a time to meet, and I go in and meet, and we just talk about all the things and just reestablish that, like, yes, this is something I want, and I just went for it. And, of course, I think most baptisms happen on Sunday at the and I was like, well, I mean, I don't have a church, and I was like, that makes me a little nervous because I don't know everybody here. I know y'all would, like, I know they would be welcoming, and, like, I know it would be a great thing, but I'm a little bit social anxiety type person, and I was like, I would like for it to be smaller. And it's like, I work on Sundays, so it'd be hard for me to get off. He's like, okay, well, what about a Wednesday? And I'm, like, thinking about practice because it's a long day. I'm like, but Coach wouldn't care. So I was like, yeah, let's do that. He's like, okay, well, do you think you could get, like, your team to come? And I was like, well, yeah, like, they would love to. And so I just opened it up to Coach, and then I told the team, and it was great. It was
a hallelujah party.
It was so funny. We get up there yesterday, and he's talking about my testimony or whatever, and the team starts chanting like it's like the dugout. And I'm like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah, literally our whole team was like chanting, we do Tuesday, Tuesday. Like that's like just some of her cheers and chants that we do for her, and it was so funny because Lauren, one of our seniors, she was like, guys, like we're in like Lauren's been raised in strict church, so she's like, guys, we're in church. It's like it's okay. Like
not my parents, but like I had my grandma and two of my aunts came, and I was like, I was just sitting there like wondering what they were thinking. They're probably like,
what are these hooligans doing up in here?
Praising the Lord because He saved Tuesday's soul.
That's right.
My aunt's up here recording, probably like.
We were all recording too. We're like, smile, baby.
But it was great. It's definitely something I'll remember for the rest of my life, and definitely one of the best things I will ever do with my life.
That's one of the most fun baptism stories I've ever heard, I
What?
think.
No, I'm serious. Like after it happened yesterday, I was like, dang, that's probably my favorite baptism I've ever been to.
For real.
Like it was just so you could just feel the Holy Spirit in the room and like all the love and like Tuesday's just really loved, and like we just are so proud of her, and she's like, oh really proud, like just it was great because it was like also Easter just happened, so it was just like, yep.
Yeah.
Jesus
Good timing.
is good.
Good timing.
What was so funny is like when we meant to meet him in person, I didn't know what all the plan would be. So like I brought clothes to get baptized that day. I was like, if the Lord calls me to get baptized right now after this meeting, I'm going.
Oh my
so
God.
I have like a
I'm
challenge.
ready to go.
She said I brought my everything.
I was ready.
She was prepared.
I was so
I'm ready to go in the water.
She said, let me dive on in.
Water baptism.
Let me dive on in.
But obviously, yeah, it didn't happen that day, and we scheduled a day. And I was like, okay. My mom, before we left my apartment yesterday, she's like, oh, make sure you grab like your own towel so you have something. I was like, oh, it's already in the car.
It's
already packed.
She said
Been in
it's
there for
been
a
in there.
She was just waiting on the Holy Spirit to make a plan. Like,
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
just ready.
But yeah, it was so funny.
Well, that's all my questions. What a time that was.
That was so fun, Chloe.
Yeah. See, I always
good.
tell them every week, I'm like, don't be scared. Like, nothing's going to happen. We're in a safe space.
We're in a safe
If
spot.
anything bad is said, I can edit it out.
Period.
But I've edited nothing out. Not even our bad TikTok dance last. Well, my part was bad. They killed it. But
Yeah, we're pretty good
Who was the last
TikTokers.
Lauren
Yeah, and Hannah.
and Hannah, yeah.
Oh, that's
we
funny.
did Lauren's walk-up song.
Oh, yes. I love the way you work it. No, it's so funny because we were in the training room the other day, and they were talking about coming in here, and Lauren was like, okay, Hannah, like, you know how she talks. Okay, Hannah, what are we going to wear? And Hannah goes, the hoodie. Like, because Hannah's the most laid-back person I think I've ever met in my entire life. Like, she's like, the team-issued hoodie. Like, and Lauren goes, okay, but, like, yoga pants, the fit in the flare ones with hokas. And I'm just, like, sitting over there, I'm like, you don't have to match, Lo. Like, dog. Like, half your body's going to be covered up. Like, I promise. But little did I know you were going to do TikTok, so I thought it was really funny. Because, like, Lauren was a little stressed about the outfit.
I didn't tell them what we were going to do either. I saved it for the very last, and then on the question page that I sent Chloe's special question.
Oh, gosh.
So,
I know Lauren was stressed about that before she walked in the door. She probably, like...
Before I told them what it was, I was like, so how do you guys feel
Yeah.
about this question? They were like, we're fine. I said, well, we're going to move the desk back, and we're going to move the chairs. And then I was like, do you know the dance to your walk-up song? She goes, yeah, shout out to Matthew Branch for changing that, by the way. And I said, okay, well, good, because we're going to do it right now. And they go, oh, okay. So, yeah, it was great.
They don't act like that. They posted that at least 3 times on each of their TikTok pages. Don't play. And, like, every single time it happens, we're all doing it in the dugout. Like, literally.
Yeah, because I asked the bullpen that weekend. I was like, Emma, do they know the dance? And they go, oh, yeah. And I said, okay, I'm going to ask them to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you guys play this weekend. Who do you guys play? I forgot to look it up.
Play Harding. We play at 4.
I know it
and
was a
11
GAC
and
game,
1.
but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, good luck. I will be there working, as
Good.
always.
Good.
Shout out to Chris Babb for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris.
And I'll be waving like a crazy person across the field like I always do.
Yes.
Like, hey!
Yes.
So, yeah.
You're the best, Chloe.
Thank you. I try to be your biggest fan. That's what Coach calls me every week in our Twitter post. Is your biggest fan.
We
So.
appreciate our biggest fan. We love Chloe.
So I will see you guys this weekend, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you.
And thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me.
Well, thank you for having us.
Of course, it was so fun.
Yes.
I can't wait to go edit now and
Oh,
post it.
yeah.